Hello, and welcome to the Legacy Stories. Today, we're diving into the incredible life of a man whose ideas changed the modern world, yet whose name was forgotten for decades, Nikola Tesla. If you enjoy stories about legends who changed the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story from the Legacy Stories. In the late 19th century, when the world was still learning to harness the power of electricity, one man saw beyond the limits of his time. His name was Nikola Tesla, a brilliant inventor, visionary, and dreamer whose ideas shaped the very foundation of the modern world. He was not just an engineer, but a man who imagined a future powered by invisible forces. While others thought of profit, Tesla thought of progress. He dreamed of free wireless energy for all, communication across oceans, and machines that could change humanity's destiny. Yet, despite his unmatched genius, Tesla's life was a story of triumph and tragedy. He gave the world light, but his own life ended in darkness. This is the story of Nikola Tesla, the man who saw the future but lived in the shadows of his own brilliance. Nikola Tesla was born on a stormy night in July 1856 in a small village called Smiljan, located in what is now Croatia. Legend says that as lightning flashed across the sky, the midwife declared, "This child will be of light." His mother replied softly, "No, of lightning." Tesla's father was a Serbian Orthodox priest who wanted his son to follow the same path. But Tesla's mother, though uneducated, had a remarkable talent for creating household tools and devices. She inspired his curiosity and passion for invention. From a young age, Tesla displayed a photographic memory and an extraordinary imagination. He could visualize machines in his mind in complete detail, every bolt, wire, and motion, and then build them without drawing a single diagram. He would later call this ability visual engineering. As a teenager, Tesla became fascinated by electricity. He read every scientific book he could find, often working through the night, obsessed with understanding the mysteries of the natural world. He once said, "The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind." Tesla's journey as an inventor began in Europe. He studied engineering in Austria and worked in telegraph and electrical companies in Hungary and France. During these years, he conceived the idea of a rotating magnetic field, the foundation of the alternating current AC motor. At the time, most of the world was using direct current DC electricity, which was inefficient and limited in range. Tesla's alternating current system, however, could travel long distances and power entire cities. In 1884, at the age of 28, Tesla arrived in New York City with little more than 4 cents in his pocket and a letter of recommendation for Thomas Edison, the man known as the father of the electric light. Tesla began working for Edison's company, helping improve his DC systems. But soon, their visions clashed. Edison believed in direct current. Tesla knew that alternating current was the future. When Edison refused to support his ideas, and even refused to pay him a promised bonus, Tesla quit. He was alone in a new country, jobless, and nearly broke. But he refused to give up. He worked odd jobs digging ditches until he could gather enough money to start his own experiments. By 1887, Tesla had developed his AC induction motor, a revolutionary invention that could change the world's electrical systems. He patented it and demonstrated its power to astonished engineers. Soon, the famous industrialist George Westinghouse took notice. Westinghouse bought Tesla's patents and hired him to help build a new electrical system for America, one based on alternating current. This began what became known as the War of Currents. On one side, stood Thomas Edison, defending his DC empire. On the other stood Tesla and Westinghouse, promoting AC. Edison launched a brutal campaign against AC, claiming it was dangerous. He even staged public demonstrations, electrocuting animals to prove his point. But Tesla's system was superior. It could power cities more efficiently and safely than Edison's. In 1893, Tesla's vision triumphed when Westinghouse won the contract to light the Chicago World's Fair using AC power. It was a breathtaking spectacle. Millions of bulbs illuminated by Tesla's current, dazzling the world and proving that the future belonged to alternating current. A few years later, Tesla's AC system was chosen to harness the power of Niagara Falls, one of the greatest engineering feats of its time. For the first time in history, nature's raw energy was turned into electricity to light homes and industries miles away. Tesla's dream had come true. With fame growing, Tesla turned his attention to even greater experiments. He built laboratories in New York and later in Colorado Springs, where he explored high-frequency currents, radio waves, and wireless transmission of energy. In Colorado Springs, Tesla constructed enormous coils that produced bolts of artificial lightning up to 100 feet long. The thunder from his experiments could be heard for miles. Locals thought he was summoning storms. But Tesla was chasing a vision, a world where energy could be transmitted without wires. He dreamed of towers that could send electricity and information through the air, providing free power and communication to everyone on Earth. In 1898, Tesla even demonstrated a radio-controlled boat in Madison Square Garden, decades before remote control became reality. The audience was stunned, thinking he was using magic. Tesla was simply far ahead of his time. He once said, "The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine." In 1901, Tesla began work on his most ambitious project, the Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island. Funded initially by the banker J.P. Morgan, it was designed to be a massive wireless transmission station, capable of sending messages, images, and even power across the world. Tesla envisioned it as the heart of a global wireless network, what we now know as the Internet and wireless communication. But as construction advanced, Morgan began to doubt the project's profitability. When Tesla revealed that he intended to make power free for everyone, Morgan withdrew his funding, famously saying, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" Without money, Tesla's dream collapsed. The tower was never completed. Years later, it was dismantled for scrap. The failure devastated Tesla. He spent the rest of his life haunted by the vision of what could have been a world connected by invisible energy, united through technology decades before its time. As the years passed, Tesla's fame faded. Other inventors and businessmen took the spotlight. His ideas were often dismissed as eccentric, and many of his later projects remained untested. He continued to file patents and make predictions, some of which would later prove prophetic. He described radar, smartphones, drones, and wireless communication long before they became reality. But despite his brilliance, Tesla struggled financially. He moved from one hotel to another in New York, often unable to pay his bills. His mental health declined, and he became increasingly reclusive, spending his days feeding pigeons in city parks. Yet even in his solitude, his mind was still alive with invention. He spoke of death rays, of machines that could prevent war, and of harnessing the natural vibrations of the earth. On January 7th, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in room 3327 of a New Yorker hotel. He was 86 years old. When hotel staff entered his room, they found sketches, notes, and unfinished designs, fragments of a mind that never stopped dreaming. For years, Tesla's contributions were overshadowed by those of others. Thomas Edison was celebrated as the father of electricity, while Tesla remained a forgotten name in history books. But time has a way of revealing truth. As technology advanced, the world began to realize that many of the systems we rely on, alternating current, wireless communication, radio, remote control, and even aspects of computing, were rooted in Tesla's ideas. Today, his name stands as a symbol of visionary genius. His work laid the foundation for everything from power grids to smartphones. Even the electric car company, Tesla Incorporated, founded by Elon Musk, carries his name as a tribute to his revolutionary spirit. More than his inventions, Tesla's true legacy lies in his belief that science should serve humanity. He once said, "The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire. First, a feeble spark, next a flickering flame, then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power." Tesla was that spark, a mind that burned bright enough to light the world. Nikola Tesla lived a life of contrasts: genius and poverty, fame and obscurity, triumph and heartbreak. He gave humanity a vision of the future and paid the price of being misunderstood in his own time. He once declared, "Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine." Today, as electricity powers our cities and wireless networks connect the world, we live in a future that Nikola Tesla dreamed of more than a century ago. He may have died alone, but his ideas never did. They continue to pulse through every current, every connection, and every spark that lights our modern world. Nikola Tesla was not just a man ahead of his time. He was the man who invented the future. Thanks for watching. If you found Tesla's journey inspiring, please give this video a like, share, and subscribe.